In 1941, Colonel Charles E. Cheever and his wife, Elizabeth Betty Cheever, founded Broadway National Bank in the suburbs of Alamo Heights. They envisioned a financial institution that would serve military families as well as residents and businesses throughout San Antonio.
Well, my grandparents, they were both Bostonians. They relocated to San Antonio after my grandfather joined the military. At night they would take walks, this was in the late 30s, and they thought it was very unusual that there were no businesses in the suburbs. All the businesses were downtown, including banking. And so my grandfather thought, wow, we should have an opportunity here and maybe start a bank. But he went to the library, read everything he could on banking, and eventually he got together with some military buddies of his, and they pulled $60,000 in startup capital and 5 employees. They signed a 3-year lease at 5044 Broadway, and that's where it all started.
After opening the bank, Colonel Cheever was called to duty in Europe to serve in World War II.
While he was away, my grandmother, who was a school teacher, rose to the occasion and ran the bank while he was gone, which was pretty radical for a woman of that time period. She did a great job. She kept it running, and then when he came back, he actually worked for USA as his career, and then he actually brought in my father to run the bank, and it grew from there on out.
In the late 1950s, Charlie Cheever Jr. stepped into the family business. Charlie began his career at the bank holding fast to the values of the past while bringing new ideas and establishing the headquarters. Under his 50-year leadership, Broadway Bank was the first to establish a mortgage lending division, extend banking hours to help working families, offer 24-hour ATMs, and open a full-service neighborhood customer convenience center.
In 1953, I believe, we had our first branch that we bought. A lot of borrowed money, but it was really a big established branch, and it was cut to our specs, including some radical things of the day, which is the time and temperature sign outside. And then we had a drive-through on the side of the building, which was pretty big deal at that day and time. Later, I think in '68 and '69, we started our first mortgage portfolio. We hired a gentleman named Greg Crane, and then he eventually worked his way into the C-suite. He became the CEO of the bank.
Charlie Cheever Jr. and former Broadway Bank chairman and CEO Greg Crane oversaw the growth of an institution strong enough to withstand the financial crashes of the 1980s and 90s. Charlie foresaw the massive bank consolidations, the ownership of industrial corporations, and the gradual evolution into bank lending, leasing, insurance, and investment banking conglomerates that devastated the Texas banking landscape. As the bank and the Broadway community entered the 2000s, a new chairman and CEO joined the team. Cheever Jr.'s son-in-law, James D. Googe, became CEO in 1998 and maintained the bank's long-standing conservation philosophy that still helps the institution through hard-hitting times, such as the financial industry crisis that began in 2008. In 2013, Broadway Bank announced its entry into the Austin region and today serves the Midtown and Round Rock areas. But the story of Broadway Bank has been a true family affair. Strong and stable for more than 80 years, Broadway Bank remains a standard bearer for excellent customer service, resilience, trustworthiness, independence, and vision. Broadway Bank appointed David Boney as the new CEO in 2016.
Being a Broadway banker is something very, very special because this company has seen the highs and the lows of the industry as well as the economy and even our country. And so the company always rises to the occasion and continues to just be this pillar of strength for the community. The focus on customer service has always been the paramount part where we start all of our conversations, taking care of our employees, and then watching the financials continue to grow and perform.
In 2020, Broadway Bank introduced a refreshed brand throughout the bank's digital and physical footprint. Broadway Bank financial centers were rebranded and renovated with open layouts, digital screens, and new signage to represent the bank's modern approach to banking. On October 29, 2021, Broadway Bank and the San Antonio community mourned the loss of Charlie Cheever Jr. He passed away surrounded by friends and family, and his legacy continues to live on within the Broadway Bank network and city.
The Cheever legacy is alive and well at Broadway Bank. Colonel Cheever had a saying, take care of the customers, take care of the employees, and the financials will take care of themselves. And I think that rings true today in terms of we always make sure we're putting the customer first, looking at the experience that they're having, and making sure we're doing everything we can to build a lifelong relationship with those customers.
The Cheever legacy is the foundation of this organization. The name itself, their stellar reputation is outstanding, and it continues to live on after 81 plus years. It obviously ties into our mission statement, which is having a great experience and long-lasting relationships for our customers, because customers thrive on what this legacy is all about and the communities that we serve.
In 2022, Broadway took its brand of modern banking beyond the bank's existing footprint to the new market of Dallas-Fort Worth. The announcement came after a banner year with record-setting total assets under management, deposits, and customer growth in 2021. Part of what makes us special is our ability to transform to meet our customers' evolving needs and the shifting digital landscape while honoring our rich history. We value our employees, and we like to say they're the secret to our success. That's why we put so much focus on supporting, developing, and helping our employees be their best at work and at home.
So the secret to the bank's success has always been the Broadway bankers. Every bank has checking accounts and savings accounts. They have loans, they have all these different things and products we all have, but what they don't have is our Broadway bankers. And why that's so important is our Broadway bankers do better than anyone on this planet in terms of taking care of our customers, providing innovative solutions, and making sure that we're building lifelong relationships.
Today, the bank is currently in its fourth generation of family ownership with more than 600 employees across Texas. Broadway Bank's strength and stability have enabled it to survive and thrive, and it continues to earn the highest ratings from leading independent financial rating services. That unparalleled strength, capital stability, and longevity give Broadway Bank a huge advantage over other financial institutions. Broadway Bank maintains its commitment to providing traditional and innovative products and services while staying ahead by looking to the future, remembering the past, and concentrating on being here for the good of its customers.
We've been here a long time. We know our clients. We grow with clients. The community that banks together stays together.